So, with us talking about mainstream and underground and everything, right? In the past, you've said that you start hating yourself when you look at your fucking bank account, and then it makes you like wonder if you should have made that commercial music and everything. And you started talking about like how in the beginning, like it was easy to sell like 20 to 25 mixtapes, and then it starts to dwindle down as time goes on. Same thing with merch. And then, like, there's a lot of people at the show in the beginning, then it starts to get smaller and everything. Do you still feel that way about like that you feel like you should have made more commercial music, or are you happy with how your career has gotten to this point?
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I do okay. So I own my shit though. That's very important. Like all my shit I own, and I don't know what I did that worked that made some people listen to me and give me a cult, but it happened, so that helps. And then, I know a lot of people like to talk shit now because they're losing at this, but they're like, "Oh, fuck Spotify. You don't do this and Apple and fuck the," yeah, all right. Those people pay all my bills. Straight up. I don't know what you guys are doing wrong. You don't have enough of the market share because you don't got enough people actually listening to you. You're just getting on playlists that don't pay, probably. I don't know.
Well, I also think that people
But
don't own their stuff, though. That's also a
that's a
problem.
big part of it. You're getting paid out like fucking 10%, 5% of what the gross is. You're not getting paid properly. Um, that's probably a big part of it. I liked it, like the peak of it for getting paid in the underground was pre-streaming, download-oriented hip hop. You can make some pretty good fucking money then. You can still make pretty good fucking money now, don't get me wrong. You just got to produce more, which sucks. And I'm lazy, so, doesn't really go hand in hand, being lazy and having to produce more. But the download, excuse me, the download oriented era, like where it was, 9.99 for an album, 99 cents for a fucking song. You can make a chunk of change then,
You're talking about from
initially.
iTunes, or you're talking about from your personal
Yeah,
website selling
no,
direct
no,
to consumer?
iTunes, like straight through
Oh,
iTunes,
okay.
like when it was iTunes was the biggest platform. That was like really peaking out in the underground being independent. You could do pretty fucking well on the internet then. Prior to that was probably better, obviously, when people were buying more hard copies and shit, but in the digital age, the peak of it, as far as taking home a nice chunky fucking check once in a while on your own, was definitely in the download era. But now, not for nothing, I get paid off these things every fucking month. All of them. Once a week, something comes in, whether it's Spotify or an Apple check or whatever Russian fucking platforms come in. They pay every fucking week. You get checks. And the more you make, the fucking better you do. You know? I have no complaints about it. I mean, it would be nice to have had a hit. That would have been awesome because the publishing money can be fucking phenomenal and you could buy a house off that, but didn't happen. So, it is what it is. You got to kind of grind it out in different ways.
Wait, you're saying you didn't
I'm
have a
lucky
hit
though.
as
In this
far as
world,
like a
no,
mainstream?
I'm talking about a hit. Yeah, like something that hit one time. All you need is one. You can make money forever. You could be getting quarterly checks that are fucking, 40, 50 G's every fucking quarter.
Shit,
Making
you
a
could
couple hundred
tour
grand a year off
forever.
ASCAP.
You could tour forever
Yeah,
off of
if
one
you
hit.
even want to. You could be just it could just be your fucking retirement. That's your pension. Make fucking 150, 200 grand a year just off of fucking ASCAP. Good to go. It's a nice pension, you know? Didn't happen. So gotta grind it out. But I got kind of lucky. I was heard early, so I'm kind of grandfathered in a way, kind of into hip hop. Early 2000s, late 90s into the early 2000s. Like I got heard and remembered. And then I didn't drop records during the 2000s. I had the mixtape out, I was touring, I was active, but I dropped in 2010. So the timing, not that I did this purposely, it's just how it worked out. Um, Dropping a record for the first time in 2010, that was the download era. And that era of dropping didn't get forgot. People who dropped, even people who made massive hits, like Jay Quan. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Nobody fucking remembers that guy because it came out in like '04. You know what I'm saying? Like that era got forgotten. The
Right.
2000 to 2010 era decade is totally forgotten musically, unless you're fucking underground, unless you're 50 Cent, unless you're Eminem. You know what I'm saying? The underground guys, they do okay because they kept producing through it. But coming out in 2010 initially into now, somehow it translated. I don't really know the physics of it, but it worked.
Well, you know what's crazy though? Like Jaquan definitely got thrown a lifeline when Shabuzi remixed his song and shit like that. You know, and
Oh, I don't even know who the fuck is Shabuzi.
he's
What the
a
fuck is
country singer,
Shabuzi?
but he
Okay.
remixed the Tipsy song, and you know,
Yeah, that's assuming Jaquan owns his publishing. He might have sold that. It's my boy Travis McFetridge. That's what he does. He buys people's publishing and collects for them. And until they recoup, they don't get shit. You know, like they might have sold their publishing.
yeah.
Keep that in mind. Like a lot of those dudes did. A lot of those dudes sold the rights to their publishing for X amount of years for like 300 grand at the time. Not the best business move, man.
I think he came out and said that, you know, they made a good deal. So he seems pretty happy. At least he got some money. I know he got like to perform, you know, with Shabuzi later on, like, I mean, 20 years after his
Who the
success.
fuck is Shabuzi? What the fuck have I been missing? There's a country singer named
Yeah,
Shabuzi,
he's a black country singer that just won a Grammy with
and his name's Shabuzi?
yeah. But
It's amazing.
it's funny though
Holy
because
shit.
like he actually brought Jaquan onto stage like I think like last
That's pretty
year or
cool.
whatever to perform.
Are people hating on it?
No, I don't think so. But
Like in country world? Is country world
oh,
hating on it?
maybe. I don't know. I'm not tapped into the country world like that. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
don't know.
So, but all I know is that that was a lifeline for Jaquan because
That's
you were
pretty cool.
forgotten about, you know what I mean, for 20 years. And then this guy just remixed your
What did
song.
he do a cover or did he
He like
just
did
take
an
the chorus? What did he
interpretation
do?
of the song basically. Like he changed some words and some things and stuff like that. It's obviously a
What
different
was the
beat.
beat like? Was it what it was totally different beat?
Yeah, I mean, because it's a
Or do you
country
play it
song.
kind of like it?
It's a
Yeah, I
country
know,
song.
but
So
you could play those notes on a guitar and shit.
it's completely different, but like the words, he took some of the words and stuff like that, you know.
Mm.
But yeah,
I mean, I loved that song at the time. I thought that song was awesome. Like when you were out at the bar or a
right.
fucking packed house and they threw on that song, everybody's wiling out.
That
That was a
song was
great song.
epic for its time period, man.
A fucking great song.
Yeah,
You kidding me? It's a fantastic song.
that's funny, man. You know, you've come a long way, bro.
Good for
You've
him.
come a long way since those 99-cent
Me?
40s from
Jesus
Amigos
Christ.
Bodega, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, now I've moved up to PBRs. You know what I'm saying? Amigos, huh? Yeah, Amigos. Amigos is gone.
yeah.
Amigos is gone. I miss those guys. They were selling me beers when I was like 15 and cigarettes and shit.
Do
I
you
miss
wish
those
you had put out more
motherfuckers.
projects?
Sure. I just didn't know what the fuck I was doing, really. Um, you pretend you know what you're doing, and now I just don't care as much. You know, like I'm back then. I mean, I wish I released earlier. You know, I didn't know what to do though.
Right.
You know, we were all trying to get deals. You know, get a deal. You get a deal. You get a deal. What the fuck does that mean? What would I do with a deal? What would I do with a major label budget when I'm 22? You know what I mean? I'd probably fuck that up royally, but maybe I wouldn't. Who knows? But looking back, I mean, going with Viper turned out to kind of be a mistake, but it wasn't at the same time because I was on the road with Tech all the time. Because Viper moved at a snail's pace. It really wasn't a well-oiled machine as far as putting out anyone but Immortal Technique. Probably would have been better to maybe go to Fat Beats or like Nature Sounds or whoever the fuck was doing stuff back then. Which,
At least you got
you
to
know,
leave with your masters though, right?
yeah, that was a battle. That was a fucking battle, but I did. I did. I stubborned my way right into that shit. It It's like, I'm taking my shit. I'm leaving with my music. Fuck that.